Hello my dear subscribers and channel viewers. And again video from the same anomalous zone. And today I will try to show you the differences between aircrafts and UFO. Many of you have seen a plane flying in the night sky. Are you sure that you saw a plane? The level of UFO disguise is difficult to imagine, but the facts show that they are not always hidden. Can the UFO simulate terrestrial objects, and why do they need it? Let's figure it out. I will give you an example of video recordings that were taken from the same anomalous zone that we went to this summer and autumn on an expedition. I have repeatedly observed and recorded UFO flights, and all of them were of different types and apparently intended. Shooting UFOs is a time-consuming process, so the shots you will see are exclusive and real. Let's look at this object, first without my comments. Immediately zoom in, so that it is more convenient for you to look and not peer. At first glance, the blinking seems to be like that of terrestrial vehicles. But not everything is so simple. We recall how often strobe lights on earthly vehicles blink and what color they are. Do we see it here? No. Moreover, before the main blinking, we see how a small light comes on. It's also worth noting that the light blinks more or less, which is not typical for an aircraft. But that's not all. The object practically does not move, and apparently conducts observation activities. What could it be? Let's think for a second. You flew into foreign territory, perhaps a foreign planet, and heading on one place. For what? Record the video for your blog? Most likely, you are conducting sounding, scanning, and studying the area. The fact that I managed to remain unnoticed for this object is a great success. Who knows for what purpose they probe us? As a result, the UFO disappeared into the empty sky. Most likely, he turned on the invisible mode, leaving us with unsolved issues. Да. Если это самолет, то почему неравномерное перемигивание? In this footage I want to show you that even if there are no visible red and green lights on the video, it is not difficult to distinguish an airplane from a UFO. The first thing you want to pay attention to is the uniformity of movement. Planes, helicopters and drones move evenly and mostly along simple trajectories. Look at the movement relative to Mars. The second point is the operation of stroboscopes. It is carried out in accordance with established international standards. Well, if you are very careful, then in some areas you can see the silhouette. I would like to draw your attention to the fact that this plane is not on flight radar. This is probably a military facility. Don't forget that I may have made a mistake and this is a UFO disguised as airplane. Here we are dealing with a simulator of the device from the Earth. The UFO moves at a fairly fast speed. The blink rate is higher than typical for aircraft. The UFO was moving towards the north, even with optical zoom and brightness settings, marker lights and unnoticed. Rushing with great speed, the object disappeared, but it didn't end there. A minute later, another object passed in his direction. It was a little slower, but still of interest to us. The first thought the UFO went in pursuit. Meanwhile, I continued to watch. There were doubts about the external signs because I could only see a blinking dot with my eyes. However, with some effort, I was able to enlarge this object. What do we see? A plane? Why are there two bright white lights, not just strobe lights? Why can't the silhouette be traced because the lights are quite bright? Does the frequency of blinking also raise questions? Take a closer look and write your opinion in the comments. Do you think that it is the end of it? Another UFO appeared behind this object, a completely different type of device in the form of a dot, but alas, it is not visible on video due to brightness and deep darkness. This whole procession raises concern about the freedom of our sky. If we assume that these are aliens who are dealing with their own issues, then the military does not see them or knows why they are here and what they are doing. Both options are bleak. In the end, I decided to give you information about the aircrafts and other vehicles. This is useful for any ufologist in their research. Located in the area of thought of the wingspan of the consoles, the power and range of illumination are similar to the high beam of a car. The headlights are wide and point to point. They are used to determine the position of the aircraft in the space. Lights located on wingtips left red, right green, rear white. Strobes located on the left wing, bottom on the tip, color white, they work in the following mode: 50 ms on, 500 ms off. Located on top of the keel. Located on the nose of the fuselage. It highlights the lower space in front of the aircraft in the same way as passing car light, narrowly focused white color. Thus, in the night sky, it is not so difficult to determine what is an airplane and what is a UFO. The helicopter and quadcopter lights may differ slightly, but the basic principles of marker lights are the same. Самолет. Самолет. Как раз нам в подборочку. That is all for today. Like and subscribe if you are not an alien. But if you are an alien, subscribe too. Maybe in the next video you will see yourself.